They are making a difference on 938 Live.
Have you ever traveled thousands of miles to an exotic location, visited the most famous museum of the country, and then not have a single idea of what you were looking at? Then you would appreciate docents and the role they have to play in passing on knowledge and understanding. Here in Singapore, the Friends of the Museum docents are all volunteers eager to interact, teach and learn with the groups they guide. I spoke to Gertrude Tan. She's been a docent with the group for the past 10 years.
I became a volunteer docent simply because I love art, culture and the heritage. And being a docent, you get a chance to learn about what you really love. And of course, in turn, you get to share your passion with the visitors and the community. And being a docent also keeps me very engaged intellectually and socially. So I've been doing it for more than 10 years now.
How much work actually goes into prepping for each new exhibition then? Because you have to get to know the artwork before you can introduce people to it.
As for the formal training, usually it will take a day. You have the curators coming down. And of course, you have a walkthrough after that. So typically it will be a day, but what is not seen will be your own homework. There's a lot of homework that you have to do on your own because what they give it to you, you need to process it and you need to think through and you need to select the kind of artwork and also think of the strategies of guiding so that, the message as well as, I would say, the value of the work can be transmitted. And thinking of strategies of making it fun for the visitors. So that part will take quite a bit of work. So if you ask me to put a number to it, I really can't. But I would say if you want to do a good tour, it takes a lot of effort.
And Gertrude, all this effort that you're putting in points to how important you believe this role is, the docent, volunteer or not. Why do you believe it's such an important role?
I guess it all boils down to your own personal interest and passion. If you think that it is something worthwhile and you are making a difference to the museum experience, you will keep doing it. And if you get positive feedback from the audience, that serves as the greatest inspiration. And it, motivates you to do it better each time.
Are there any particular groups that you enjoy bringing around?
I enjoy all groups because your visitors are actually your best teacher. They always, teach you something. So very often people will think that you go to the museum, you learn from the docents. But let me tell you, the docents also learn the docents learn a lot from the visitors too. Because you get them to share and you get them to think about their own experiences. And that's how an interactive tours begin, and you get to engage each other at that, intellectual level too, and of course the social level too. And if you say any specific group, I'll say all groups. You can learn from students, young children. They may see things that you don't see, and you can learn from adults. And even, I would say students.
You enjoy this, obviously, very much. But is there any part of the job that's actually quite stressful or challenging for you?
I guess the stressful part is when you are guiding a very, very large group. Because when you guide a large group, you have to make sure that you leave no one behind. And you have to engage, a very diverse group. And that stress comes in that when you have to pick your artwork very carefully so that there's always something for everyone in your tour. That is the challenge and the stress.
So when you do that successfully, do you think you're making a difference?
I wouldn't say I've made a difference. That's a very big word, But I would say, I've made the visitors happy. Yes. I've given them a positive experience. Whether they're happy or not, I think it's a pretty direct, feedback that you get. You see smile on their face, and you can see that they're having fun. It's very obvious when they laugh and in turn, joke with you, and they're having fun. And museum experience has to be fun. It's not like what people imagine, boring, dull, and it's like, listening to another lecture. It's not that. And if you get very kind and appreciative visitors who come and thank you personally, I guess you know that you've done a good job.
And that was Gertrude Tan from the Friends of the Museum. And Gertrude would be happy to guide you through No Country Contemporary Art for South and Southeast Asia, currently taking place at the newly opened Centre of Contemporary Art, or CCA, at Gilman Barracks, which is brought to Singapore by the Guggenheim Museum in New York. The exhibition will be running until the 20th of July at the CCA in Gilman Barracks. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.